Good evening and welcome to the Evening News for Friday, January 2, 2015. I'm Petali Santos. Thank you for joining us. In your headlines this evening, Annesgrove man stabbed to death. Glenlyle funding opposition parties. APNU and AFC coalition talks stalled. Police forced to start using body-worn cameras. And President says Aishalton school teacher was drunk. And now for the news in detail. An old grievance has left one man dead while another is facing a murder charge following a stabbing incident on All Year's Night in Annesgrove on the east coast of Demerara. Mesha Mohammed met with the relatives of the dead man and filed this report.
22-year-old Errol Campbell, also called Bakey of Lot 23 Annesgrove, East Coast Demerara, was stabbed at least 6 times with an ice picker by his attacker, who was subsequently arrested by the police. The stabbing incident stemmed from an old grievance on Boxing Day at a party in the area.
They had a problem on the Boxing Night when we went party. Then he had a problem with the bacon. He been sprayed the bacon and like the bacon been catchy, I heard somewhere. And he collect the bacon from them. And then they had a quarrel there, and the morning now when he went coming home with a bicycle, they stopped the bicycle and he and the boy went fighting. And then the next black boy come and he lashed his head with the wood and he fall out.
Shondell Jones, a sister of the dead Industrial Engineering Limited employee who was with him when he was stabbed, explained what occurred.
When he went walking on the road, we went going and buy food, right? And the boy jump out. We see the boy though. The two by them, right? They went with a bicycle, right? And them jump off the bicycle. He hold up Bakey and he jokey, right? And when he jokey, the next boy run and he pick up the brick and the boy pelty. And when the boy pelty, Bakey fall, right? And then he go for pelty with the next brick and I run and I hold on the brick, right? And I tell he can't pelt me brother with this brick, right? And then Bakey fall on pan. Then Bakey fall on again. And then I run to Bakey and he said, "Oh, call a taxi for you." I said, "I'm going nowhere and left you. I wait and we don't get care for carry."
Soon after, the woman added that the doctors at the Georgetown Public Hospital informed them that her brother did not make it. Jones added that the suspects Simon Pompey and Sir P are both in the lockups. The grandmother of the murder victim told Evening News about the incident leading up to her grandson's death.
The brother, BT, carried down in the water, in the trench, and BT, they bubbly up. And when they lose now, we count on the road, the next brother now take a piece of wood and lash in his head.
And all of this happened the day after Boxing Day?
Yes, the day after Boxing Day. We know about his death the same day, but the beating was before. So he didn't come home and tell us nothing, so he would have been something different. There's a BT, the BT Crowell, the BT Crowell death.
Police are continuing their investigations. The man leaves to mourn his parents and siblings. Mesha Mohammed, Evening News.
A confluence of seemingly disparate events is bringing to the fore the massive financial support Glenlyle, the owner of the Character News tabloid, has been pumping into the political opposition parties, the Alliance for Change, and a Partnership for National Unity. The details in this report.
Lyle's support for the opposition has been estimated by observers as totaling in tens of millions annually. When contacted earlier this month, the publisher denied the charges and suggested that he will not even vote for those parties at the upcoming polls. This will certainly come as a surprise to the APNU and AFC, since they, Character News and its publisher, have supported each other's cause for years, especially the concerted action to depose the People's Progressive Party government. In addition to monetary support, it is alleged that both of these parties have been given free columns in the Character News, and their opinions are solicited on every possible issue, which places the PPPC in a negative light. One manager from the publishing industry said that the press coverage alone will be worth additional tens of millions. Several businessmen have said that they were forced by Lyle to join the funding at United Committee for Opposition Presidency. This is reminiscent of the Committee to Re-elect the President, which was formed in 1990 by businessman C.N. Sharma. They allegedly pumped in millions for the re-election of then-President Desmond Hoyt. Lyle's open support for the opposition was quite clear in the extensive coverage he gave to their operation and his ability to obtain quotes from them on any topic that was skewed against government. But the actual funneling of money to the opposition coffers only began to surface in the wake of the Guyana Revenue Authority conducting an audit on Lyle's network of businesses in Guyana.
A Partnership for National Unity leader, David Granger, has denied that the coalition is in receipt of funding from the publisher of the Character News, Glenlyle. The details in this report.
Granger made it clear this morning that the APNU coalition has not been in receipt of funding from FUCOP. However, based on investigation by the Evening News, it is believed that the owner of the Kaieteur News tabloid had been pumping into political opposition parties, Alliance for Change and the Partnership for National Unity. This support has been estimated by objective observers as totaling in tens of millions annually.
I think it's a satirical article. You don't realize it's a joke. You don't take him seriously. It's a joke, you know. A Partnership for National Unity has never received any money, any funding from Mr. Lal or Kaieteur News. I don't know what FUC OP is about. I've never had any meeting with FUC OP. And I can't say what the intention of that article was.
Lal's open support for the opposition was quite clear in the extensive coverage he gave to their operations and his ability to obtain quotes from them on any topic that was skewed against government. But the actual funneling of money to the opposition coffers only began to surface in the wake of the Guyana Revenue Authority conducting an audit of Lal's network of businesses in Guyana.
Residents of Wakenham are expecting major developments on the island following a rehabilitated power plant and now 24/7 power supply by the Ghana Power and Light Incorporated. Here is more in this report.
For the first time in the history of the country, residents of Wakenham are receiving 24-hour power supply. President Donald Ramotar, during the official launch of the service, which started on Christmas Eve, lauded Guyana Power and Light for the initiative.
I've had a long association with this island, and therefore to be here when we're launching the 24-hour service to the island is indeed of great satisfaction to me personally and of course to the cabinet and the government as a whole.
The president added that Wakenham has great potential for development, especially in the agriculture sector. Ramotar is confident that the availability of 24-hour electricity will aid in the modernization and development of the island. Further, GPL's chairman Winston Brassington said that because of the tremendous demands for the service, GPL has always been committed to the cause. However, because of the budgetary uncertainty over the years, the project was put on hold. GPL's CEO Barry Dindial further explains the company's future plans for the island.
In our future plans for the island, in fact, not only for Wakenham but for Leg 1, the intention is to attempt to link the two islands. I should say that the distribution system on Wakenham here is 13,800 volts, and in Leg 1, we are now preparing to elevate the distribution voltage from 4,160 to 13,800. With the distribution systems at the same voltage, we'll now attempt to link the two islands. And with the two islands consolidated, the opportunity presents itself for larger, more efficient, what's called baseload machines to be brought into service.
This service is expected to be introduced by 2017. Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Erica Williams.
Stay with us, you're watching the Evening News. If you've just joined us, you're watching the Evening News. Talks between the main opposition parties, the Partnership for National Unity and the Alliance for Change, over a pre-election coalition have been stalled due to some unease about the pending discussions. The details in this report.
APNU's leader David Granger today confirmed that no talks between his partnership and the AFC have commenced. The APNU had asked for some clarification from the AFC in what exactly was being proposed, but Granger said that clarification is yet to be provided.
Well, I know what I'm leading. If they're leading something else, it's a matter for them. As I said, we are prepared to talk. and the two general secretaries have been in touch with each other, and we're waiting for those substantive talks to begin. But I cannot wait. The campaign has started. You can see what the PPP is doing, and we can't sit waiting for talks to start. At present, there's the APNU is in existence, and we have to give instructions to our supporters to proceed with the campaign. So there's no conflict. When the talks come, they come.
Granger reported that there was a preliminary meeting between the APNU General Secretary and AFC's General Secretary. However, he stopped short of saying what was the end result.
A preliminary meeting has been held between the General Secretary of APNU and the General Secretary of AFC.
And what came out of that meeting? Because I remember the last time at the press conference, you had asked what exactly is the AFC proposing, since the same proposal has been on the table from the APNU for the past 3.5 years.
Well, the talks have been about talks.
So there are no details have been provided?
No details have been provided. They've just spoken, the two general secretaries have spoken about have talked about talks.
During the course of the year, the Ghana Police Force is expected to be equipped with body-worn cameras as part of efforts to deal with the crime situation in the country. More in this report.
Home Affairs Minister says the body-worn cameras will be introduced sometime this year to assist in tackling crime.
Police ranks must be able to collect video and picture evidence on the streets via CCTV feeds and download it straight into a digital file.
The cameras will video record interactions with the public and gather video evidence at a crime scene. They will be positioned on the front of a shirt, which allows for a first-person perspective and a more complete chain of evidence. Crime Chief Leslie James expects this initiative to be useful to the force in tackling crime. However, he was unable to provide any additional information in this regard, as the announcement of the introduction of these cameras was the first time he became aware of this initiative. Guyana's crime situation in 2014 for the period January 1st to December 22nd saw a total of 3,478 serious crimes, while 2013 for the same period had 422. Reporting for the Evening News, Davina Samaru.
There has been a marked decrease in serious crimes for the year 2014.
Serious crimes decreased by 13% in 2014 when compared to the same period in 2013. This announcement was made by Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi at his year-end press conference.
According to the Ghana Police Force, for the period 1st of January 2014 to the 22nd of December 2014, there was a 13% reduction in crime when compared with a similar period in 2013. In 2013, from 1st January to 22nd December, 422 serious crimes were reported, while for the same period in 2014, 3,478 serious crimes were reported to the police.
Minister Rohi admitted that while serious crimes decreased for all the areas concerned, robbery under arms did not.
All of these categories of serious crimes that were subject to the police report, except for one category, that is, robbery under arms with the use of firearms, recorded decreases in the number of reports. The reports of robbery under arms with the use of a firearm recorded a 10% increase in 2014 when compared to the same period in 2013. The reports of murder during the period under review were 2 less than the number of 143 that was recorded in 2013.
He indicated that this will not make the Guyana Police Force complacent.
The Ministry of Home Affairs has constantly been monitoring the situation with respect to crime in our country, and we have provided technological and other tools to aid the police to be better able to appreciate and analyze situations. We believe that this strategy has enabled the police to have a more focused approach in addressing crime and security.
Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Erica Williams.
Stay with us, more of the Evening News on the other side of the break. Welcome back. Out of 10 former police officers interviewed, 4 have been shortlisted and names presented to Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi to form part of the new investigative team for the Police Complaints Authority. Here is more from Alexis Rodney.
Chairman of the PCA, retired Justice Cecil Kennard, told the Evening News that he welcomes the addition of the first-time investigators as it is long overdue. Since taking up office in 2002, the PCA chairman said he had been lobbying for his own team of investigators since the process, usually carried out by the Office of Professional Responsibility, is oftentimes lengthy. Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi at his year-end review on Wednesday had announced that the PCA will be establishing its own team of investigators to deal with all complaints against members of the force. The PCA was established in December 1989 but began operations in January 1990 and has since been hearing and addressing issues brought before it about the errant conduct of police officers by members of civil society. Kennard told the Evening News that he has already submitted the names of the 4 prospective investigators to the Home Affairs Ministry and is awaiting its decision. The 4 investigators, one of whom will soon retire from the Office of Professional Responsibility, will be solely responsible for extensive investigations of peace officers who are found to be guilty of gross misconduct. He said that over the last year, his organization had met with civil society members from communities across Guyana. Most of the issues raised surrounded the slothfulness and neglect of police officers to take and act on reports and wrongful arrests. Consultations were also held with ranks in these communities who also promised to improve their operation during this year. For the Evening News, Alexis Rodney.
President Donald Ramtar says Aishalton school teacher John Adams, who has accused the Presidential Guards of assaulting him, was under the influence of alcohol during the incident. Here are the details in this report.
There were a few people who were obviously drunk. They were or at least heavily under the influence of alcohol. And I know that the community was very, very upset about them. And one of them, I don't know which one it was, made some very derogatory remarks about the while I was speaking, and this was of course in the context of a public meeting, and I responded to him. So I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly what was said.
The president added that he was later informed that a prominent opposition personnel within the Region 9 community had incited the behavior which led to the incident.
He was sent to make mischief. He was, I understand too, subsequently, that a prominent Apnu man in the village had given them rum to drink to come to disrupt the meeting. So I responded in the process of speaking to the heckle, to respond to tell him that he really doesn't know what he's talking about when he's making things. And I was trying to hint to him to stop taking lead up from people.
Ramtar also stated that he was surprised that of a 2-hour-long meeting, certain sections of the media chose to only report on the incident involving Adams. Reports have stated that Adams was accosted by presidential guards and told to stop heckling the president while he was speaking. Further, it was stated that Adams was subsequently slapped by the guards upon his refusal to desist. But this entire story was rejected by the Presidential Guard Service and the Office of the President. Reporting for the Evening News, I'm Erica Williams.
Stay with us. You're watching the Evening News. Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. In a matter of hours, Hits and Jams Entertainment, in collaboration with McNeil Enterprise, will host their first major concert for the year, titled More Barris, at the Ghana National Stadium. While a legend of reggae, Barris Hammond, is set to arrive in Ghana on Saturday morning, young upcoming Jamaican artist Romain Virgo is here and ready to thrill his fans. Here is more from Bisham Mohammed.
Them say we know better, we know better. Some are go like them mad like paper. Guyana know the best, Guyana know best. Some feel like them bad, them no hear nothing yet. Guyana know better, we know better. Some are go like them matter than paper. We know the best, we know the best. Some no hear nothing yet.
That was Romain Virgo, who hails from the parish of St. Anne's and rose to prominence after winning the Digicel's Rising Star competition in 2007. The young and humble artist is here for the first time and is excited to be a part of the concert.
I want to give thanks, big up to everybody that's watching right now, you're listening wherever in Guyana. It's a joy being here, it's a pleasure being here. I was thinking this morning, what a wonderful way to start off the year. The very first show in Guyana this month is a very special month. It's my birth month as well, and so I feel good, but the important thing is that we get to come here and get to spread the message, in our music, and try to bring the people together, which I always want to do everywhere I go around the world. I believe in singing and singing from the heart and giving 150%, no matter what the situation is, so. I'm just looking forward. I'm excited. It's my very first time here, so I'm optimistic and I'm excited at the same time. I just can't wait to go and see it and feel the vibe.
Rolf Ferguson out of Hits and Jam Entertainment gave a preview of what Guyanese can expect tomorrow evening at the Guyana National Stadium.
Hits and Jams, we always try to showcase who's hot in Guyana right now. Jackie is a young performer that has been making noise. Mystic, we all know the big song, Coolie Boy. And Mingle Song Machine has always been a mainstay in the business. You got Super Ray, One Man Band. This concert is really geared for, basically mature folk and the younger fellas, younger generation. Everything is a go. Like I said, we're very proud of doing this show, this magnitude in our country. Having a young, upcoming legend, in my opinion, and a living legend in Barry Salmon, and refusing those gaps. We're making sure that we bring all the generations together, every walk of life, and it's a gift of love to Guyana.
Virgo will share the stage with Beres Hammond, who is a household name here, the Caribbean, North America, and Europe, and has wide crossover appeal. Early bird VIP tickets for the show are priced at $16,000, while the general admission is $2,500 each.
Here now are your bridge reports. The Demerara Harbour Bridge is expected to be closed at 12 hours 30 on Saturday, January 3 for a period of 1.5 hours. And the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 1500 hours on Saturday, January 3 for a period of 1.5 hours. Stay with us. Sport is next.
Every day presents a few more challenges. Keeping your business running shouldn't be one of them. That's why we work every day towards ensuring your overall satisfaction. With over 100 skilled technicians and engineers equipped with the tools and skills to help you do more. With the largest parts inventory in Guyana, over 10,000 line items readily available. Driven by your success is not just a set of words to us. It is a code by which we live. That is why we are proud to say that we are Bridge.
Welcome back, and now for a look at your sport headlines. West Indies share first day honours, Alpha United route GDF to win Banks Beer Cup, and Triacle rules track at Rising Sun New Year's Day horse race meet. This segment of sport is sponsored by MacCorp.
Every day presents a few more challenges. Keeping your business running shouldn't be one of them. That's why we work every day towards ensuring your overall satisfaction. With over 100 skilled technicians and engineers equipped with the tools and skills to help you do more. With the largest parts inventory in Guyana, over 10,000 line items readily available. Driven by your success is not just a set of words to us. It is a code by which we live. That is why we are proud to say that we are Brit.
The West Indies registered 3 half-century partnerships through the course of the day on the third test against South Africa to finish on 276 for 6. The visitors lost 2 wickets in each session of play. The wicket of Danish Ramdin tilted the balance of the match in favour of South Africa. With the wicket of Ramdin, Dale Steyn became the second highest wicket taker for South Africa in the tests. Steyn now has 391 wickets to his credit. Simon Harmner was a pick of the bowlers with figures of 3 for 67 on debut. Jermaine Blackwood is holding fort for the tour's batting on a well-compiled 45 in the company of Jason Holder, who is unbeaten on 5. The final session began disastrously for the West Indies as Shivnarine Chandrapal walked past the delivery to be stumped out of the old staggle down the leg side. Chandrapal's parched run of form continues as he has registered contributions of 4, 21, 7 and 9 on the tour thus far. The West Indies lost the wickets of Craig Braffett on 7, Devon Smith for a promising 47, Leon Johnson for a well-constructed 54, followed by Marlon Samuels for 43. Alpha the Hammer United proved that they are Georgetown's best football club by demolishing the Ghana Defence Force 3-0 in the final of the Georgetown Football Association's Banks Beer Cup on Thursday at the Ghana National Stadium Providence, East Bank, Demerara. Gregory Jackie Chan Richardson created some magic by scoring 2 goals in the 63rd and 67th minute before dealing an assist to Dwight Peters, who easily scored in the 87th minute. Alpha United walked away with the top prize of $3 million, while the Ghana Defence Force took home $1.5 million. Pele FC were the third-place finishers with a 1-0 win over Western Tigers to take home $1 million. And finally, Triacle produced a powerful late surge to win the Feature D and lower event when the Rising Sun Turf Club held its New Year's Day horse race meet at the club's track on Thursday. CP Got Even had to settle for second, while Curfew Tower and Grande Roger rounded out for prize monies. 7 races were billed for the day, with She's So Special, Speed Vision, Unsettle, Setting Star, Appealing Harvest and Red Jet being the other winners. Jockey Richmond rode his way to the championship honours. And that has brought us to the end of the evening news for today, Friday, January 2, 2015. Do remember to get a copy of tomorrow's edition of the Ghana Times newspaper for the details of these stories and other news. I'm Petali Santos. Thank you for joining us.